So as you can see, my front end didn't work so well. Frame bent, and it kind of just exploded on itself. So we'll be putting that front end in. Independent front suspension from a 250 Yamaha. Coming along, we got the friggin' front end of the mower cut off, and then we got the quad front end cut apart. I'm planning on putting an angle iron here and welding this part of the frame of the quad onto the angle iron, then running pipes coming from the existing quad frame up to the tractor frame. And that should support it, and then I'll run a flat bar on my existing steering son of a bitch, and then run the direct steer system. Now it's pretty cool with this exhaust. I was able to just flip it around. Rather than it going forward, it just comes backwards. And it works out perfectly. And I can just weld the pipe going right from the back, right out to the back. So that should be pretty friggin' sweet. So as you can see, I got it mocked up to the frame there. I had to chop the frame down quite a bit. Whole frame came up to about here. That's where I'm at now. I welded a piece of C-channel in there and welded the quad frame to that. And then below, bars going from the existing frame, running up to my piece of angle iron there. And those are tacked in there, and then I'm going to weld cross braces up there, stiffen everything up. But I'll show you a suspension. You can see it's got a lot of articulation, so that should be sweet. And that motor's not too heavy for the suspension, so it's not like it's sagging or anything. Could always adjust that through the shocks, but now I just gotta figure out the steering, and away we go. So as you can see, it's coming along. That's just sitting on there for mock-up. See how it would sit. But it sits really nice. I like the way everything's looking. And then as for my steering, I took out the existing steering and I went with a 3/4 inch shaft. Running down to a frame that has a 3/4 bearing bolted onto a plate, and then runs down through the frame. And it comes down. I got my second bearing, and then I'm gonna have my pitman arm on here, and then it's gonna run up to my pitman arm up front, and then I'm just gonna have a bar welded onto that pitman arm and run a linkage. Now all these pillow blocks have grease nipples, which will be sweet. And then you can see that I moved my whole dash panel forward to give me a more forward center of gravity. And I'll also make everything look more proportionate. I'm going to slide the seat forward. I'm debating on whether I'm going to do handlebars or if I'm going to do a steering wheel. But let's keep doing some mock-up and keep going. Okay guys, so we got that welded in. Still got to finish my steering, but I got to pick up one of those weld-on hubs. So I slide it on there and weld a pitman arm on so I can run it to the front. But parts place is closed today, so that's not happening today. So that's gonna be a next project. But you can see the hood fits. Just gotta mount everything really, but notched out front so it sits a little lower. It looks pretty sweet. And we got suspension. And then I'm going to have a nice little beer holder right there where the existing steering wheel was. And as you can see, I haven't finished welding any of this, but everything's in, so just a matter of finishing it. But stay tuned, and yeah, hopefully get a test drive soon.